Are you looking to finally get your first pull-up? Well, if so, you're in the right place, because in this video, I'm breaking down the exact steps you need to take to build the strength, skill, and confidence to finally get your first pull-up, even if you're brand new to working out. If you're new here, my name's Zack, and over the years, I've helped a bunch of people to get their first pull-up and beyond. So let's dive in. There are 3 things you need to do a pull-up. Number 1, the dynamic pulling strength of your back and arms to lift your body. Number 2, the isometric strength of your grip and core to support and stabilize your body. And finally, the neurological skills to bring everything together to create a strong, smooth pull-up. My pull-up roadmap takes those basic ingredients and organizes them into 3 levels, each with their own performance standards to stair-step you into your first pull-up. So let's get started on the ground floor. Now, most trainers would have you immediately jump up on a bar and start with hangs or pull-up negatives. Now, those are great, but they are on the advanced side. So if you're a beginner, let's start with some exercises that are approachable, scalable, and build your foundation.
For pulling strength, the obvious place to start is the lat pull down. Start from a full stretch position, arms outside shoulders, and strive to touch the bar to your upper chest with every rep. This will ingrain the best pulling pattern for full range of motion pull-ups. Work up to 5 reps at a resistance of about 50% of your body weight. Farmer carries are a great way to build grip strength. Simply grab a pair of dumbbells or kettlebells and take them for a walk. Work up to 1/3 of your body weight in each hand for a 30-second carry. And for nailing the basics of core stability, it's hard to beat the classic plank. Tighten every muscle in your body. Think about driving your elbows and toes towards each other to really maximize core engagement. Work up to a 30-second plank while maintaining full body tension.
Now that you've built a solid foundation of general strength, you can start training with more specificity. And that means lots of body weight exercises and time on the pull-up bar.
We start with a variation on the classic body weight row that I call the seat row. This little-known exercise bridges the gap between your horizontal and vertical pulling strength, further strengthening and coordinating all the muscles involved in the pull-up. Set up a suspension trainer or fixed bar to a height that allows you to hold this hanging tabletop position, knees bent, feet flat, and your back approximately parallel to the floor. Simultaneously pull your hands to your shoulders and sit your butt straight down. This is the same basic pattern as the ice cream maker. Hold the top flexed arm position for 3 to 5 seconds to build lockout strength before slowly reversing course back to the tabletop position. After some practice, float your feet at the top for a full flexed arm hang. Work up to 3 sets of 5 reps. Your level 2 grip strength comes with hang time on the bar. But rather than simply hanging on for dear life, you're going to perform a progression called the scapular pull-up. Grip a bar just outside shoulder width. Relax your back and allow your shoulder blades to elevate, basically shrugging the shoulders up to the ears. Now, with the arms locked out straight, pull the shoulders down and away from the ears. Think about pushing the hands forward, causing your head to move slightly back. If you're having trouble with the free hang, unload some of your body weight from your hands by planting your feet. The scap pull-up not only develops grip strength and endurance, but the movement itself is a key first step to engage the lats in full range of motion pull-ups. Work up to a set of 10 free hanging reps. Your level 2 core exercise is the hollow body hold, and this is the basic shape you'll want to maintain on the bar for strict pull-ups. The hollow body position improves pull-up performance by supercharging your core strength, keeping your torso stable, and putting your shoulders in the best possible position for lat engagement and a strong lockout. Tighten your abs to press your low back into the floor, with the ribs down and a slight pelvic tilt. Raise the shoulders slightly and reach the arms overhead, biceps by the ears. Match that same angle with the legs. Point the feet at about 30 degrees with tight quads and glutes. Work up to a 30-second hold and check out my full hollow body tutorial for more tips and progressions.
Now that you've developed strength in the top and bottom position of the getup, we're going to fill the gap between them with pull-up negatives. By working just the negative or lowering portion, you're going to build the strength and coordination at the same angles and positions required in a standard getup. A standard pull-up, that is.
Get to the top of a pull-up with a jump or ideally from a box to minimize swaying. Slowly lower yourself down to the straight arm hang position while keeping a hollow body shape. Rest and reset after every rep. Try these with a chin-up grip or neutral grip if you're having trouble controlling the lockout and slow tempo. For bonus, pause at various angles on your way down to really shore up your strength. Work up to 5 reps of 5-second negatives. We're supercharging your level 3 grip and core strength with hanging leg raises. From the hollow body hang, exhale as you fold like a jackknife, pushing your hands forwards while driving the legs up. Allow the low back to round as the abs flex to tilt and raise the pelvis. Inhale as you lower your legs under control and squeeze your glutes to prevent swaying. Hanging leg raises will solidify your control on the bar and are worth training for the core strength benefits alone. Work up to 5 strict hanging leg raises and check out my full tutorial for lots of progressions.
Once you can consistently hit the level 3 standards, hop up on the bar and go for your first pull-up. If you got it, congratulations. If not, you're really close, and you might even be able to perform a pull-up with a different grip orientation, like the chin-up with palms facing in, neutral grip with palms facing each other, or the commando pull-up with hands in line. These are all great exercises in their own right and are useful for adding variety to your pull-up training. One more technique to get you over the bar is using assisted reps, and there are 2 ways to go about it.
First is self-assisted pull-ups. Push your feet down against a box as needed to facilitate full range of motion reps. You can obviously do this on the floor by racking a low barbell. Second is the partner-assisted pull-up. Have your training partner help you over the bar by pushing up and into your mid-back as needed. This will help you keep a strong hollow body brace.
Finally, and to address the obvious, your body weight has a big impact on your pull-up performance. So if this is a serious goal for you and you're still struggling with those level 2 or 3 standards, consider losing weight alongside your strength practice. Even 5 pounds can make a huge difference. In any case, don't rush this process and squeeze all the strength gains you can from each step along the way. Every progression here is super valuable, so in the pursuit of pull-ups, you're gonna develop phenomenal upper body strength. Now, there are a ton of methods out there for mastering pull-ups, but I tried to make this one as simple and effective as possible based on my own coaching and training experience. And if you want to follow a deep dive program that coaches you through the process of getting your first pull-up, no matter what level you're starting at, check out my new pull-up course linked in the description. And of course, the perfect complement to the pull-up is the push-up, which you can learn all about in this tutorial video.